Good evening, everybody. This is Eric. Welcome back. And today we're going to go ahead and discuss California Proposition 16, and this one is a doozy. Welcome back. Well, let's go ahead and then dig into Proposition 16, shall we? Now, I know that the title of this is The Death of Equal Protection, and that's for a very important reason. This proposition is essentially an utter joke. Let's go and take a look at my notes to see why. When you look at it, the proposition itself is just a single paragraph. Just one. It essentially just points to Article 1, Section 31, utterly redacted, utterly struck out. And Article 1, Section 31 of the California Constitution provides for directed equal protection under the Constitution, regardless of your ethnicity. It literally just strikes it out. And this proposition it talks about diversity, which makes you question, if they're going for trying to promote diversity, why would they strike out a clause that guarantees equal protection under the law, like lack of discrimination? The arguments in favor of this are kind of an utter contradiction, because they are looking for, and I quote, equal pay and equal treatment. But the funny thing is that those are already guaranteed under the law that they're trying to strike out. So it does not make any sense. So if you go and take a look at your screen, which it's utterly ridiculous. How can you have a proposition trying to enforce diversity, equal pay, and equal treatment when you're literally trying to strike out a law? But ultimately, if you look at what they're trying to do within the proposition itself, it shows that those who are trying to promote this proposition don't want equal treatment. They want preferential treatment. They want it to where instead of whoever is being, say, given some level of like a certain job or whatever, that a certain ethnicity is given biased preferential treatment of everybody else. That if you're a minority, you have this almost elite status, and that's what they're trying to look for, an elite status, legally speaking. Now, strictly speaking, these kinds of people tend to purport to identify with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Was trying to say, at least that's what they say. But even his very own speech bears to the idea of equal protection, meaning judge me not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. So essentially by your personality, by your merits, how well you work.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls sisters and brothers, I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
Not your ethnicity. That's not what he wanted to be judged by. He wanted to be given equal treatment. Now, this actually what goes into, I personally define as the new racism. Let's bear our terms here. Let's define them, because the traditional definition of racism, based off of a Bing search, is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership. Basis of membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. Now, this definition, that of being basically a marginalized ethnicity, is horrible. Obviously, it's horrendous, and it is unfortunately still felt by many today. But those who promote this proposition seek to almost maintain that level of prejudice and then flip it around so that they are receiving the promoted focus and not the other more traditional people, so to speak. Now, I've used the example of this before, that if a person was trying to go for a job, it's not about trying to go by the person's skill or experience, whatever. It's, are you black or are you Mexican or whatever? Are you a person of a certain skin color? As opposed to, what skills do you have that can benefit the company? All they make it about is ethnic identity, which is antithetical to their entire purpose. And by striking down the law that's currently in the books, by striking out that language, they're trying to remove those same protections to assert these higher level of protections for them. Given what I just showed you, I'd say definitely vote no on this. And hopefully we can make it so that true equal protection for everybody, regardless of their ethnicity, under the law. Well, thank you for joining me. Make sure to subscribe and like the video and comment on what you think. Okay, see you soon.